What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Trey's Trades, where we get technical analysis on different stocks in the stock market, as well as potential buy, hold, or sell opinions on these given stocks. I'd like to preface by saying that I am not a financial advisor. I am just a random dude on YouTube, so take what I say with a grain of salt. The reason that I started this channel is because a couple of years back, I had some pretty bad medical issues that put me about $30,000 in debt. And I was very lucky to have some very close friends and family who pushed me to work really hard and invest my money in the stock market. And thanks to those guys, I am now debt-free and I have some pretty solid financial freedom. So if I can pass along any of that information, the resources, the tools to you guys so that you can do the same for somebody else someday, that would mean the world to me, and that is the whole purpose of this channel. Lastly, if you wouldn't mind dropping a like on the video for me, it really does help support the channel here, and consider subscribing if you'd like to see more content like this. I do post videos daily, and I do cover FuelCell Energy quite frequently, which is what we're going to be talking about today. So, FuelCell Energy, ticker symbol FCEL. I'm going to give you guys a technical analysis. We're going to establish new levels of support and resistance. We're going to take a look at the volume moving average, the RSI. But to begin with, I want to give you guys a better understanding of what FuelCell is as a company. I got quite a few comments on my video yesterday, and a lot of people were concerned, and I would be too, and I understand. This stock was a penny stock. In fact, one of the comments that I got said, this is going to do the same thing that Clean Energy did. And to give you an idea, Clean Energy is currently trading at like $7. So I think that was that guy's way of saying, the stock is gonna probably tank. And I can't blame him. It's tough to believe in a stock when it's so volatile. This thing got up to $13.50 and got all the way back down to $10.50 yesterday. However, this is a stock that has that potential. When you see volatile stocks like this, it doesn't just work one way. They can go up and they can go down. That's the way the stock market works, So we're going to take a look at FuelCell. Face the future and clean up your portfolio with FuelCell Energy. And I'll leave a link to this in the description box down below. So, as nations seek new pathways to a cleaner future, ambitious companies like FuelCell Energy have opportunities to grab market share of the green energy niche. Investors, meanwhile, can participate and profit by owning shares of fuel stock. Very obvious. There's no point in hesitating if you truly believe in the growth aspects of a company. As the U.S. transitions into a new administration, investors should consider aligning their strategies with imminent policy shifts. And what they're speaking about here is Joe Biden is a very green president. He has exact measures that he's going to be taking to ensure that the U.S. is meeting new guidelines on green energy. And that is a big deal. Whether you agree with him or not, whether you agree with his political opinions or not, as Americans, we need to come behind our president and realize what he's going to do for us, just as when Trump was president. Besides, the move towards cleaner fuel sources isn't limited to one nation or even one continent. In the final analysis, we might find that betting against FuelCell is fighting against a green wave that's bound to envelop the world sooner or later. Now, let's take a look at FuelCell at a glance. Both the bulls and the bears have been in control of FuelCell at various times in 2020 as evidence of this stock. This stock has an extremely wide 52-week range of $1 to $13.91. And that is some exponential growth. I mean, if you got in at $1 and you got out at $13.91, that's 1,390% growth. So that gives you an idea of how volatile this stock is, which is why I understand some of you don't think this is going to go back up to $20. But I promise you, the stock is going to go back up to $20. This stock is the future, and I'm not even kidding. I wish I could get that point across a little bit more than I am right now. With Joe Biden coming in to the United States as the president, he has a direct mission to make green energy more viable in the country. And when that happens, investors are going to skyrocket on this thing. What I'm trying to do for you guys is get you ahead of the hype, because when the hype comes, that's when the volume and real volatility comes, and that's when the stock price is going to exponentially shoot up. And when people are already starting to come to this, guys, and if we can get ahead of the ball here, you're just going to reap the benefits. There's just no other way of saying this. This stock is going to go up. I have a price target of $20 on this, and this is one of the main reasons why. But let's continue to read. FuelCell is also a stock that could pop higher at any given moment, so investors who accumulate shares when they're low might see the price double, triple, or even more. And I've already stated this in some previous videos, but if you're new to the channel, I do think that FuelCell is going to follow a very similar trend to Plug. And to give you an idea, Plug is trading in the 30s right now, and I can very easily see FuelCell doing the same thing, as well as Clean Energy. If you watch these three stocks, guys, FuelCell, Clean Energy, and Plug trade almost the exact same way every day. They follow very similar trends. So when one of those stocks is down, the other one probably is also going to be down. These stocks also similarly follow the EV sector. When EV sector trades are down, these stocks are usually down. So there's just something to keep in mind. That was a short term. This past quarter has provided a prime example of this. On October 30th, FuelCell was $2, and in November it was $11. By the end of the month, December 23rd, we hit $13.59. I'll leave more about what they do in, I'll leave the link in the description box, but I just didn't want to, I want to give you guys an idea of what FuelCell really means to investors. This is a big deal. This article was posted a day ago, and that was when the stock closed at like 1060 or whatever it was. And these people wrote that article knowing exactly what they've been tanking for the last 2 days. You know, that they went from 1350 down to 1050 in 2 days. But that's not something you really need to worry about, because good companies, when price corrections happen, will be okay, right? Solid fundamentals, good financials, and a good backing by the country and the community and investors. It'll be all right, I promise you. Okay, so let's get into the technicals on FuelCell here. We're gonna look at the 10-day trend. You can see that we are extremely bullish still. $8 on the 16th, and we closed off at 1096 on the 29th yesterday. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bullish days, and we've had 3 red days. And if you kind of look at the pre-market and the after hours, there's usually a pretty decent amount of price action happening, and you can kind of see that the same trend is following right here. You know, the stock is starting to go up. We are sitting at about $11.08 right now, so that's a very good sign that we might be seeing, you know, a pretty solid green day today. However, I cannot predict the future. We're going to go over levels to watch for today, but it is possible that we do see a green day. It's also possible that we see a red day. You need to be prepared for both. We have had 3 red days in a row, so eventually we'll break the trend, but we might continue the trend. Something to keep in mind, and you've probably already read this or heard this somewhere else, but this is the time of year for tax sell-offs. Now you might be wondering, what are tax sell-offs? What that means is investors are allowed up to $3,000 in losses to help their tax season at the end of the year. And what they'll do is any stocks that they are down in, they will sell around this time of year so that they can write that off on their tax returns and not have to pay as much to Uncle Sam. So that might explain why we saw a pretty red day today, and I believe today is the last day that you can sell off for a tax write-off, so you might be seeing a red day today as well. Just keep that in the back of your head. But what do we do, guys, if we see a red day today? You already know the answer to that. You know the answer to that. Red days you buy, man. You increase your position. You dollar cost average down. All my guys and girls out here at Trey's Trades, we know what to do when the market's red. It's a good thing. It's not bad. We're gonna be chilling with our feet up, drinking pina coladas on the beach when this thing hits $20, and you guys are all making some mad money. All right, let's hit the 2-day chart here. We're gonna pull up the 1-minute frequency, and we're gonna lay on you some new indicators. So we've got a support line, pretty solid support line looking right here. We have 3 contact points, 1, 2, 3, I'd say 4 contact points, so that's very good. 1045. We did dip below that a little bit here, but we did correct pretty much immediately, so I don't feel too bad about that price zone, especially since in the after hours and pre-market we have been slowly inching our way back up. I do like how that looks quite a bit. And an immediate and easy to see resistance level here is right about here. We've got 1, 2, 3 contact points. We did end up breaking through that, but if there is a limit order sell-off at the beginning of the market, you're going to have to watch for this 1083 level to break through again. Of course, it's impossible for me to know for sure. I'm not a wizard. If I was, you guys would all be very wealthy people. But if it does happen, I just want you to be prepared. So 1083 will be a level we'll need to break through if there is a limit order sell-off. 1045, if we fall through that, you are likely to see a red day. And if that happens, we might drop into the 9s, guys, and that's totally fine. That's short term. This stock is a 2 to 3 to 4 month play to get to that $20 price target, and it is totally worth it to buy on the dips, to wait it out, to look at your losses and say, you know what, this isn't going to last. This isn't that big of a deal, because it's not. I promise you, you're going to make a lot of money on this stock. Now, if we get through this 1083 indicator here, the next resistance line is probably going to be right here where the previous level of support was, and that is 1126. And you can kind of see if we zoom in here, I'll just zoom in real fast. We've been flirting around with that line a little bit. It's kind of inching its way up, comes back down, inching its way up, coming back down. So that does seem to be a significant level for the stock. And beyond that, I am very interested to see this spike right here. And this is very indicative to me, because if we look at this candlestick, I'll just zoom in on it, guys. This candlestick indicates very weak buyers. And basically, if we bring this down, we click on, well, you get the idea, 1255. That's what it's supposed to be. What this means is buyers tried to shoot the price up to 1255, and sellers shot the price back down, and not enough buyers were able to hold that position when the price shot up. So that does mean this is a significant level that buyers want to reach, but they were not able to. So that 1255 is going to be the next level of resistance in my eyes. That does seem like a very significant number. So do keep that in the back of your mind also. So I hope that gives you guys some ideas on what to look for in the support and resistance levels. Write these down if you can: 1258, 1126, 1083, and then 1045 as resistance and support. Volume is still looking good, guys. We've been maintaining very well, and if anything, from 10 days ago, we're actually up in volume. So the volatility is still there, and volume drives volatility. Volatility drives higher price valuations. That's what we love out here at Trey's Trades. If you can sit with a queasy gut, this thing is going to make you filthy rich, and I can't wait for the payout on this baby. Lastly, the volume moving average. We have been trading over the volume moving average for the entirety of the pre-market and after hours, which is a beautiful thing. We love to see that, but we have been below the volume moving average for the last 3 days. So if you want a very good indicator on the trend and what to expect, if we open the market and stay below the volume moving average for the first hour or two, very likely we're going to have another red day, and that's all right. If we have a red day, I'm going to buy more in my position. I'm going to establish a stronger position, and I think you guys should do the same. So that is what I have for FuelCell Energy. I'll leave the link to the article in the description box down below. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. I'd love to help you guys out. If you enjoyed the video, please like it. If not, a dislike. Either way, I appreciate your support, and consider subscribing to the channel if you'd like to see more content like this, and joining the fam out here at Trey's Trades. I love the community. I love everybody out here. We're up to 330 subscribers. What the heck, guys? We were at 200 yesterday morning. I don't know what's going on, but I really appreciate the support, and it means the world to me. I love the community we're building out here. That's all I have for you today, and I will see you all next time. Peace.